In this brief demo, we're going to go over how to start inserting portraits into another painting. So on the Google Classroom, we have the Google slide as well as step-by-step directions for this. So I'm first going to go into Photoshop, go to File, New. Once it opens, you want to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this Portrait 1. Make sure I spell portrait right. And I know that I want my image not to be a landscape, but I want it to be vertical portrait mode. So the numbers for that would just be standard 8.5 by 11, or if you know that you want a landscape mode, then you could click on this and it would turn it 11 by 8.5. Resolution, I'm going to keep it at 300, nice and high, and press create. And now I'm just going to drag my images into here. So I have them on my desktop, so I'm just going to go into my Finder. And here's my first image. So click and drag that in. I might just resize it a little bit, not too much. I don't want to distort the image. Just like that. And I'm just going to right now just crop the image so it fits a bit better. Okay, and next I'm going to get my other portrait that I'm going to put on top. Right here. There we go. And just resize it. And so if you're not sure if it's going to line up, my suggestion would be you can lower the opacity of that layer. And then you can just sort of line it up like that. So I'm going to resize this just so it fits a bit better. Angle it. And the key features I always try to line up are the eyes, nose, and mouth. So it's always easier to kind of fit it in and try to reshape the whole thing. Okay. So when you're done, click the check mark and bring that back. So the first step we want to do is after we have our image actually set, because I just drag them in, my image right now are smart objects. So in order to edit them, I'm going to right click, rasterize layer, and that gets rid of that little symbol on the right hand side, and now I can do whatever I want to it. So with my layer mask, as we reviewed before with my paintbrush, black will take away and white will bring back. So I'm just going to start off at 100%. My brush is normal, just like that. So right away, I know that my brush needs to be bigger. So you can either make your brush size bigger up here by increasing the size, or on your keyboard, you can click on the brackets. So right bracket will make bigger, the left bracket will make smaller. So I'm just going to make it nice and big and just start erasing like this. Okay. So obviously, because of this, now I'm going to make my brush smaller and get more into those details like this. So I'm going to start to just kind of go around the edge as to where I definitely know I want to go, like that. Now this actually fits in pretty nicely if I do say so myself. So I want to just keep that. I'm going to start kind of coming out from the edge. So if I notice that her chin isn't really lined up now, I can again go in with make sure I'm on my image, Command T. I can make it a little bigger, like that. Now with my brush, I'm going to actually make it a little softer I'm going to begin zooming into my image. And just to help sort of blend this harsh edge, I'm going to reduce the flow and opacity just a little bit. And so what this is going to do is going to make the brush a little lighter and easier to maneuver everything. And it's all about just really kind of playing around until you find like the happy spot that you like. So right now I still have a bit of that harsh brush line, so I'm actually going to lower the opacity a bit more. And what this does is it lets you blend it a lot easier. So now I'm able to get that paint effect on her while making it less harsh. Like that. And as always, if you need to bring back, you can just simply switch to white and bring it back slowly. It's a lot of kind of playing around. And again, just sort of keep messing around until you find a nice happy spot that you think will work best. It's all about figuring out what sort of blend you want to do. Lower the opacity one more time and just go along the edge just to get some of that paint texture in her face a little bit. Nothing too crazy. And already she's looking pretty good. So that's just sort of the basic steps in how to first get your images together. Work on the blending first, and next time what we will focus on is how to work on the texture and recoloring her face to match the image a bit better.